Good evening all, and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. We are going back to the Titanic pub in a box tonight, and one of the beers that comes from that, and the beer in question is this one. It is Captain Smith's. And Captain Smith's is described as being strong, traditional and ruby in colour and weighs in at 5.2% ABV. On the back it says, for nostalgia lovers, this beer was first brewed in 1986 and was even then a retrospective on all that was good about traditional recipes. It gives you a little bit of tasting notes as well, and it again confirms a deep ruby, softly hopped, strong ale. The malty flavours and aromas are twinned with a gentle sweetness in this traditional bitter. And to look at it, it's deep ruby in colour. The aromas are expected to be malty, biscuity and floral, and the taste is said to be fruity, raisin and spicy. On the bittersweet kind of chart, you've got 2 out of 5 on the bitterness and 3.5 out of sweetness. So there's your bit of info there. And we have listed the hops are Hercules, Pilgrim, Fuggles and Goldings. So we expect that kind of traditional bitter flavour that you get on many ales of a ruby nature. And the malts are listed as Maris Otter, Pearl and Wheat and Crystal malt. So we should have a nice well balanced biscuity, slightly sweetened sort of sugary malt at the end. That's what I'm expecting anyway, because I've not tried Captain Smith's before, so this is the first time. So, without further ado, let's crack it open and see what we get. We're pouring, of course, into the Titanic glass, and the pour is, as expected, ruby. See if we can get ahead. What can we get? Not a huge head, but we've got some nonetheless. There we go. So we have a crystal clear, ruby coloured, slightly mahogany ale with probably just under a finger of off-white head that's reasonably compact, but it is fading fairly quickly. We've got decent levels of carbonation rising up the beer, and all in all it looks like a good pint of traditional real ale. Let's have a whiff. Ooh. There is that raisin note, there is that dark, deep Christmas cake-like thing going on. If you're familiar with Fuller's 1845, that's the kind of aroma that I'm getting here, that real dark, warm, fruity flavour, albeit on the nose. So it smells delicious. I can get a little bit of that crystal malt coming through. It always comes through for me. It's one that I can pick up really, really easily. Smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. The first thing that struck me was that real rich, fruity, sort of Christmas cake type thing. And then that was sort of backed up by a decent body. It's more than medium. It's not heavy, but it's certainly more than medium. Oh, that is lovely. That really is nice. For me, I grew up drinking kind of amber ruby ales. Obviously I'm from the southeast, so I grew up drinking a lot of Fuller's, a lot of Shepherd Neame. So I've got things like ESB to go on. I've got Spitfire. I've got my Bishop's Finger, all that kind of thing. Even the old Witchwood Hobgoblin. You got things like anything for badgers as well. Those are the kind of things I grew up drinking. And this strikes me as a little bit special. Very special. If you think of like I say, the Fuller's 1845, those kind of fruitcake characters, the real deep, sweet, and as they say, softly hopped, it's allowing the malts to do their thing, and what a thing they're doing. You've got a real sweet finish, and I like that. You know, the malts are there. It's not what you call twiggy in any way, shape or form. No, it's the exact opposite. You look at a pint of real ale and some people do kind of have that thought. This is not twiggy, it's not bland, it's got lots and lots of flavour, but it's sweet flavour. Oh yeah. Now, I could sit and drink a lot of that. There's absolutely zero sign of the 5.2% ABV either. It drinks really smooth and really easily. It's silky and it slides right down. Just like that. It's wonderful. Yeah. So, Captain Smith's strong traditional ruby ale. What do I think of you? Would I buy you again? Of course I would. Absolutely, 100%. Would I rush out and buy you again? Yes, I would. 100%. As I've mentioned, the ales that I grew up drinking, you know, they are my kind of benchmark when I was growing up. You know, you're influenced by your dad, or I certainly was, and his kind of penchant for those kind of malty ales, it kind of stuck with me over the years. And as a consequence, I drank an awful lot of Spitfire. So that has always been my benchmark, and I always compare anything of a similar style to it. So I'm going to do the same here. Is it as good as Spitfire? Yes, 100%. Is it better than Spitfire? Yes, 100%. It's got more oomph to it. It's got more fruitiness. It's got more sweetness. It's got a better malt profile. It's all round superbly balanced. Whilst it's maintained as being softly hopped, you know, the hops are there. They aren't sort of washed away and kind of run over, by the malt profile. No. They play their part and they play it nicely, but they are very subtle and they're a background role. The malts here work wonders. You've got all the wheat, there clearly must be bucket loads of it, and obviously the pearl as well, and the maris otters, you know, they're there and they're bringing that body up. The crystal malt adds a beautiful sweetness on the finish, and it cannot be denied that it's an excellent pint. And without shadow of a doubt, I can not find a single chink in the armour. I need to try and find it on draft. When the pubs open again after this horrible lockdown, it's going to be one of the first ones I hunt down. That and, a nice packet of peanuts to go with it. So, without a shadow of a doubt, I cannot think of any reason why I cannot give Captain Smith's 5 out of 5. It's wonderful. So there we are, ladies and gents, boys and girls. If you love your fruity, malty traditional ales, then you would absolutely love a pint of Captain Smith's. It's available as part of the pub in a box, and you can buy it on its own as well. The pub in a box was 25 quid. I think it's about £23-ish. I'll put a link in the description anyway for a case of this on its own, and it's worth every single penny. It's going to definitely be on my hit list when I go back to the brewery, hopefully in the next week or two. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, before I wrap up and come and drink the rest of this lovely beer, down there are some buttons. You know exactly what to do. You've got the like, comment, dislike and subscribe. Use any combination of them as you wish. If you've tried the beer, let me know in the comments section below what you thought, and I'll have good fun reading that. So, on that note, this has been a beer. I've been Nick. I will see you again soon for another video.